Hello, so let us answer the question. You go back to the format and we work through the format, all right? We work accordingly to how it is being listed in the format. So the first thing we're going to have there from the question, we have the direct material for 27 million naira. Now, there is something I would like us to consider here. This value is too large, right? 27 million. So we'll do it this way. We'll have our naira sign, then you have this, all right? So the moment you've stated this, it means every value should be written in thousands, okay? But with having this at the top simply means they are valued in million. So we'll do the same thing on this section, all right? So we can now write these values in thousands, okay? We'll write them in thousands. Meanwhile, they'll be valued in millions. So let us proceed. From the format, we have direct material, isn't it? And in this question, we have direct material. So, how much is the direct material? We have 27,000. So we write direct material and it is 27,000. 27 million, you know, but based on how we're treating it now. The next thing we have there is materials issued from store. So where will it be? On the debit side or on the credit side? It goes to the debit side, all right? So we have materials. Materials issued from store. And we have 30,000. And the next one, we have material returned from suppliers. Now, the materials that are returned from the suppliers won't be on the debit side. It goes to the credit side, okay? Take good note of that. Go through the format one more time. So here we have materials returned to suppliers. And how much is it? We have 4 million, so 4,500. So move over to the next one, wages for site workers. It comes to this area, wages for site workers. And that is 18,000. And the next is motor vehicle purchased for the contract. Now, take note of depreciation. We need to be very, very conscious of that, depreciation. Now, there's a way we treat this. When we go through the question again, look at the last question we have there. It says value of motor vehicle as at 30th June 2016. You can see we have a value there of what? 4.5, all right? And the motor vehicle was purchased at 6 million. So we are going to subtract 4.5 million from 6 million to give us the exact value. Remember, we are treating depreciation here. So what we are going to do is this. You write what? Motor vehicle. We'll have the motor vehicle. Then in brackets, we have what? 6 million minus 4.5. Okay? So it gives us what? 1.5. We have 1,500. Okay? So we'll proceed again. The next thing we have there is direct labor on site. It comes to this area as well. Direct labor on site. So we have what? 7,500. Remember, these are millions, okay? We'll have this sign already. The next thing is the project supervisor's salary. Project supervisor's salary. And it is how much? 6,500. All we are actually doing here, so don't get it confused. We know the million has 6 signs, like 6 zeros on it, all right? 6 figures. So this is 1, 2, 3. Then what we have at the top here, 4, 5, 6. In order for it not to be too large, that is the reason why we identified this, then we are writing them in thousands, all right? The examiner will always know that these values are being valued in million. So, share of area expenses, share of area office expenses. All these values will be coming to the debit side. You so go through the format one more time and you see the values that goes to the credit side. All right. So a better understanding on this will guide you and will help you. You will see that contract costing is not difficult. You just understand the concepts and know the items that will go to the debit side and the items that will go to the credit side. So share of area office expenses. Share of area office expenses. From the question, it is 2,555,000. So we have 2 million, which is 2,555. We have payments to subcontractors. Everything is coming over to this area. Payments to subcontractors. And how much is it? 1,500. We have accrued wages for site workers. Accrued wages. For site workers. And we have 1,200. Establishment charges paid to state governments. Establishment charges paid to state governments. Paid to state governments. We have 150. We have 150, okay? 150. It is 150,000, right? So we have 150. So the next thing we have there is the direct expenses on site. So direct expenses on site. And how much is it? From the question we have 330. This is 330, right? So we have 330,000. 330,000. So what is the next thing we have there? We have the value of work certified. No, we don't need it yet. We have the cost of work not yet certified. We don't need that value yet. We have the prepaid expenses. The prepaid expenses will go to the credit side, okay? So we have prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses. And from the question, the prepaid expenses is what? The prepaid expenses we have 3 million, okay? So that is, we have 3,000 here. All right? So the next is the cash received. We don't make use of the cash received now, okay? We also have the value of materials on site. So the values of material on site will also move over to the credit side. So we have values of material on site. Value of material on site, okay? As at 30th June 2016. And how much is it? We have 4 million naira. 4 million naira. Okay, so as it is, we have recorded every transaction we have. Remember, we've treated the value of the motor vehicle. We've treated that. So what is the next thing now? This is where students begins to find it challenging. From the table format I gave you, you can see we have entered every value where they are supposed to be, all right? So what is the next thing? We are going to total this value and we total this value. So this is the main aspect. This is I really need you to watch the process or the steps I'm going to take now. So we are going to sum everything we have here. 96,235. Remember, it is 96,235,000, all right? Okay, so we are done with this. Then we'll record and we'll calculate these three values. By the time you add up these three values, it gives us what? 11,500, okay? So you can see they are not the same value. In order for these values to tally, we are now going to subtract 11,500 from this particular value. Meanwhile, we are going to write what? 96,235. All right? So when we subtract 11,500 from this value, it gives us what? 84,735. So we have 84,735. And this particular value stands as the cost of work certified. Okay? costs of work certified. Now, by the time you add up these three values, it gives you the same thing we have here. Then please take note that the table format I gave us earlier, I ruled here twice, showing it is the final entry. Please, it is a mistake. Just clean one of it, all right? We've not got into the final stage, so just clean one of it. Now, let us proceed. The next thing we are going to do here is, you see this particular value we have here, this cost of work certified, is going to come down to this section, all right? We're going to bring it down. Remember, in the format I gave you, I wrote something like this, balance brought down, right? Carried down, rather. But please, in your examinations or in your tests, don't include that. I only did it for you to easily remember how we got that figure, all right? So, this particular value will come over to this place. And how much is it? We have 84,735. And what does it represent? The cost of work certified. So we'll write it again. Cost of work certified. All right? Up to this extent, I believe you all understand what I'm doing. Okay. So the next thing we are going to consider here now is what? The value of the work certified. Now, that value of the work certified was given in the question. Go through the question again, you'll see it. That's the value of the work certified. So we'll pick that value and we'll have it here. So, value of work certified as at, a date was given to us there. We said as at 30th June 2016. And how much is it? We have 280, right? So we have 280. Now the next thing we are going to consider here now is the cost of work uncertified. You can see contract costing is very easy. The values you need are given already, but you need to know when and where to make use of them. That is the reason why I gave us the guide as well, so that use this same guide I gave you previously before I started solving this question to try other questions under contract costing, and you will definitely arrive to the correct answer. Okay? So let us proceed. The next thing is what? The cost of work uncertified. So we have costs of work uncertified, and it is given in the question, all right? How much was it? 20,000. So we have 20,000 here. Now we are going to sum these values, okay? We're going to add it up. When we add this value, it gives us what? 300,000, okay? It gives us 300,000. But before we add this value, in order for your work to look very neat and presentable, I would like you to hold on with this. We're on track, all right? We're on track, but I want your work to look very neat and presentable. Now, these are the two values that are going to be here. Now, we'll come over to this side. We are going to consider our notional profits. Notional profit. So we have notional profit here. And for the notional profits, we are going to consider two values, isn't it? I told us profit taken and profit not taken, all right? So we have profit taken here. Then profit not taken. And remember I told us earlier that the addition of these two values will give us what? The notional profit. But how do we get this value? So let us move with the line now. I want us to be on track. So we rule now. You come over to this section, you rule. So what is the summation of the values we have here? 300,000. So we have 300,000 here. This is where you have the final total, okay? So this 300,000, we'll bring it over to this place again. 300,000. Then we'll close it, all right? Now, if you watch vividly, you see we've not gotten any value here. So this is how we'll go about it. 300,000 minus 84,735. Whatever value we have now represents our notional profit, all right? Then we will now work with this format I have on the board. We'll calculate the formula. We'll calculate the real value in order to get the exact value for the profit taken and profit not taken. So 300,000 minus 84,735 gives us what? 215,000. All right? 265. Okay, so how do we go about it to determine these two values? Let us move over to this section. Now, the formula for the profit taken and the profit not taken are listed on the board. So we have 2/3 times the notional profits times the cash received divided by the value of the work certified. And for the profit not taken, we have the notional profit minus profit taken. So let us treat this question. What we're going to do is this. We'll go with the formula. We have what? 2/3. This is 2/3 times the notional profit. What is the value of the notional profit? Let's come back to this section. Value of the notional profit is what? 215,265. All right? So you bring the value here times 215,265. 215,265. Okay? Times cash received. Cash received. So let us go back to the question. If we go back to the question, we'll see the cash received there, the amount that was paid into account, right? So that particular value is what we're going to pick, all right? So how much do we have there? We have 220,000. So this will be divided by the value of work certified, all right? The value of work certified. And how much is the value of work certified? You can see we have value of work certified as at this date. Also from the question, it is 280,000. So we have 280,000 here. So by the time we will press or punch our calculator, the total value we'll have here is what? 112,757.86. So this particular value represents what? The value for the profit not taken. So let us determine for profit not taken. Now we'll also come with the formula notional profit minus profit taken. The notional profit is how much? Notional profit, remember, we had 215,265. So we say 215,265 minus profit taken. This is the profit taken, and the value we had was this 112,757.86. So by the time we less this value from this other value, it gives us what? 102,507.14. All right. So this value represents the value for the profit not taken. Now we'll bring this value over to this place, and we'll bring this other value over to this place. All right. So let us insert to have 112,757. 112,757.86. And for the profit not taken, we have 507.14. Now you see that by the time you add these two values, it gives you 215,265. All right? This is just the process. Now, the next thing you're going to do here is to bring down some values. Remember in the table format, or the guide rather, I gave us some values that will be brought down here. Those values, we don't add it up. You just bring it down and you leave it that way. This is our grand total already. This is the particular place we are going to stop, all right? But those values, we are going to bring them down. So what are the values there? We will consider what? The material on site as at, what we have here? Material. All right? As at when? We'll have a date there. So the material on site is how much? We have 4 million, which is, we have 4,000 here. You remember the date? It was on the 30th, 6/16. All right? Then what is the next thing we were going to break down again? We have the prepaid expenses. You can see the prepaid expenses. It comes down again. We have prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses. And how much is the prepaid expenses? We have 3,000. And the final one we have is what? The uncertified work. Uncertified work. Remember, uncertified work. Value of work uncertified. It is the same thing. And what is the value? We have what? 20,000. Okay? 20,000. So we'll leave it this way. We'll come over to this section. We'll also bring down what? The accrued wages for site workers. We'll have the accrued wages for site workers. Alright? So go back to the question and you get the value. When we look at it again, you can also see it here. We'll have 1,200, okay? So we'll bring it down, 1,200. And the last thing again is the profit not taken. Meanwhile, remember I gave us a table format. So these ones will have here only based on what the question gave us already. So take note of the values or the terms we have under the format. Alright, it's really going to help you. So, profit not taken. Profits not taken. What is the value for our profit not taken? We have what? 102,507.14. So, with what we've just done, we've answered this question, alright? Remember, if you go back to the question, it says we should prepare the contract account. Secondly, profit to be taken at this stage of the contract. Now, as you can see on the board, we've calculated our profit taken and profit not taken, alright? So the third question says the contractees account. The contractees account. And that is what we have here. It's a very simple format, alright? It is very, very easy. All you need to take note of at this section is what? The value of the work certified, okay? So we'll write it out, value of work certified. So how much is the value of work certified? From the question, remember, the value of work certified, we have it here as what? 280,000. So we have 280,000. We have 280,000. Okay? Please, I'm just trying to manage the space. So when we come over to this section, what do we have there? Here we have the cash received or the payment on account, alright? So, if you go through the question again, you will see a payment on account. That particular value is what we are going to bring down here, okay? That particular value, will bring it down here. So, go through the question and look at it again. So, we have how much? 220,000. 220,000. So, we'll record again. Let's write cash received. And it is how much? 220,000. So, we want to get our total, right? So we'll go this way. We'll roll as well. This is 280,000. And this is 220. So you can see it is not balanced. So in order for it to balance, first of all, you bring the same value here. We have 280,000. So 280,000 minus 220,000 gives us what? 60,000. Alright? It gives us 60,000. So punch your calculator, it gives us 60,000. So here we have what? 60,000. Now this 60,000 which we have, it now represents what? The balance brought down. Okay? It represents the balance carried down. So we have balance carried down as what? 60,000. So that is just it about contract costing. Contract costing is very, very easy. First of all, it depends on your mindset, alright? It is very easy, give it a try. Remember that format I gave you, work with that format on any question and you will definitely arrive to the correct answer. So I thank you for your time and I thank you for being with me here today. I thank you for being a loyal subscriber as well, because going through this journey, I believe you must have been convinced to subscribe to us on WhatsApp, so that even if you don't watch these DVDs at home, if you're at work, you can just log on to our website, or yeah, you can log on to our website. On the video section, you will see the list of all the videos we have on YouTube. So through our website, you can watch our videos. Through our website, you can subscribe to us on YouTube. My good friends, I wish you the best in your examinations. Stay tuned and watch out for Volume 2, which contains so many other topics. Meet you at the top, and good luck.